everyone. Congratulations, it's the last week before the break. I wanted to take a moment to show you an art activity that you can do in your class. And there's a few things that you need for this art activity. Very simple things. You're going to need construction paper, okay? You'll need one large sheet of construction paper and a small sheet of construction paper. You will also need a pair of scissors, whatever you can find in your classroom. Everyone needs one pair. You'll need it for the entire time of the art activity. Next thing you'll need is perhaps a pencil for those that don't like to, like to plan ahead of time. This is what you'll need. You may need a ruler if you can't eyeball exactly. And you will need glue. If you have a glue stick, that's fine. This will work a lot better. It's just easier to do. Okay, let's get started. The art that I want to show you how to do today is called Notan, N-O-T-A-N, and it's a Japanese type of paper cut art. And here are some examples that I've done in the past. There's one. Okay. This is another one. This is another example. You'll see that my name is in this one. Some geometric shapes. Very simple to do, but you can make it more intricate as an extension. And the last one I did on a different color paper, and you can choose whatever color you want. This is the third example. This one probably took me the longest. It's more of like an organic design. Okay, so these are examples, and I'm going to take you through how to start creating one of your own. Okay, let's do it. First thing you need to do is make sure that you have a sheet of construction paper and you want to create a perfect square. In order to do this, you will take the sheet of construction paper. You can either fold it this way, draw a line and cut it, or you can measure one side of it just like this. It's 15 centimeters. Make sure that the other side is also 15 centimeters, and you create your square this way. It's really important for you to make your square as exact as possible so that the corners look nice and straight and sharp, and that's what's going to be that's what will stand out in your art piece. Okay, so then you cut along the line, creating a perfect square. The smaller the square, the more challenging. The larger the square, the easier it will be to do. Okay, so there's a pink square, but I've created a larger black one for today just to make the demonstration easier. This is my perfect square, and this is my larger sheet of construction paper. All right. The idea of doing this piece of art is whatever design you decide to cut out of your sheet of paper, it's going to flip out to the outside. So like a mirror, you're making an image and you're flipping it out to create a mirror. So I'm going to do the first one with a pencil for those of you that like to plan ahead and draw. I know it's hard to see the pencil from the camera, but if you were doing this in your class, you would be able to see it just fine. Okay. You follow the line, and even if you're not exact, that's okay because this is your own design. So it can be any way that you want. And this first one I'm doing is slightly more organic. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna put that back into my square. I'm gonna turn it in the direction that I want my art to be, and then I'm gonna take this piece and flip it out. So that is my first cut or first design. Okay, from this point on, it's really important to remember where you're putting your square, because you need to make sure that it ends up in the same place and the edges of where you've cut out meet back together. So, second one I want to do, a variety of ideas. I can follow the outline of the shape, okay, and cut along here like this, or I can cut different shapes from inside. But just for simplicity and for demonstration purposes, I'm going to cut along the edges here. Okay, and so now I've got this shape here, and I'm gonna flip it like this onto my sheet of paper. So it's gonna look like this, back on, matching it together, taking the inside part and flipping it in. And there you go, that's my second piece. Now my third piece, I might as well follow the same idea. I'm only lifting the piece up that I'm cutting, okay? And then I'm gonna cut inside. Kind of following the edges and trying to keep the integrity of the shape and the integrity of the edges. So that's there. When I put it down on my sheet of paper, it's going to look like that, okay? So putting that back in like this. It can get confusing when you're maybe down into it. And then that goes there, and you got it. Now I'm gonna take this and cut it again. Okay, and this part goes here. Okay. And then I can keep going, or in this situation, I'm gonna change up the design a little bit, and I'm gonna cut one of my favorite shapes out of the center, just like that. Okay, putting that back there. And then this here. Getting the idea of that. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Okay, that's my first shape. Okay, next one. So I have a variety of things that I could do, but the one thing that's really gonna make your Notan stand out and look sharp and look complete and look exactly like it's supposed to is if you keep the integrity of the corner. That means that for your square, you wanna cut all the parts that are connected to the side, but you wanna leave the vertices or the corners intact, okay? So try not to cut designs out from the corner because it will ruin the look of the square. So for example, I did one and I love everything about these three parts here. And then when it got to this part, I think I got confused and I cut into the corner. And then when it flipped out, I realized that that I had broken that corner there, and so it loses integrity. Still, it's interesting, and you can decide to do that purposely, but if you want it to look like a perfect square, you want to leave the corners intact. Okay, so next part, another technique, some people like to glue the design down first so it doesn't move. For me, just because I want to make sure I've left enough space on my big sheet to incorporate my entire shape without having to shift it, I like to leave the gluing till the end. Okay, so now I'm going to take perhaps this side here and start cutting. This time I'm not going to worry about the design too much drawing it. I'm just going to do some organic shapes. Making sure not to cut into the corner because you want to leave the integrity of the corner intact. Okay, putting this back where it's supposed to be, always checking that I haven't made an error or gone too far from what I wanted to do originally or my plan. Okay, this goes back into there, flipping it out. I'm checking that there's enough space on the perimeter of the sheet for my design to continue. And then picking up the piece that's loose and doing more designs. This time I think I'm going to cut some geometric shapes out from my organic shape. I haven't checked the camera, so hopefully you're able to see this, or I'm leaning forward enough. Let's see. Making sure I don't accidentally sever this shape. Okay. Depending on how much detail you add, I would say that this activity, if done well, should take you at least an hour time. So this piece was there. I'm taking it and flipping it into the shape, keeping the corners nice and tight and sharp. And that's what you've got there. Okay. And keeping the pattern of doing organic and then geometric. I think now I'm going to do some organic drop-like shapes. And I want to get really tight onto the edge just because it adds interest. Okay, so there's that there, my geometric, my organic. Put them together so I'm not confused. Put them back where they were supposed to be, which was this way, I believe. Okay, let's double check that I did this right. Yep, flip this side into the shape and this side back out. Okay, I'm really loving it. It's really interesting, and I haven't done this for a very long time, so I'm glad I still remember. Okay, that's it. Okay, so you get the gist of it. You continue on until you have very little positive space, and so you have a equal amount of positive and negative space on your art. You don't always have to cut continuous pieces. You can maybe do designs here, maybe out into an island. For example, you can sever this piece just like that. I hope the camera's picking that up. I'm not sure. It's okay, let's take a risk. There. So that was supposed to go back in here. That means that this little piece that I cut out will now go out here. Okay? And I think I'm gonna do all of that along there as well. Okay, so that's my demonstration. I'll go ahead and finish that and then show you at the very end. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you have any feedback for me, if you enjoyed it. I'm gonna come around to the classrooms to see how yours turned out too. Hi again. So I finally finished my art and I have a few tips to help you complete it successfully. So here's my newest piece. And once you finish cutting a specific area, it's very important to start to glue that together, because if you don't, there are chances that you may lose the piece or you forget what orientation you want it in. For example, right there, you'll notice that that piece there doesn't connect. I don't actually know what happened. I think maybe I cut too much and I was trying to glue everything at the end and I had forgotten which direction it was in. So to avoid that, make sure that you glue each part at a time before you cut something else. To take it a little further, you can decide to use yet another square or a smaller square and start to work on another notan on the side and have the pieces flip and overlap. You may decide to use two complementary colors, as they will definitely pop. For those that finish with time or feel really inspired, adding paint or adding pastel might be another way that you can make your art more interesting. I know that you have incredible art teachers. You might be taught by Ms. Tawar, so you're used to really good instruction. I hope this was easy to follow, and thank you for sharing the time with me.